Welcome back to the cream of the crop, 4th and 21 podcast, your one-stop shop for all things college and SEC football. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss 1 minute. I am your host, part of the Killer Bees broadcasting team, the Chad Bullock, along with the man who signs the checks, the boss Scott, and the man number 22 who would pull for Ohio State over the St. Paul Saints, Brant. Mob, we have a great show today with a lot of great games. Let's just dive right into it, guys. First game of the day, Texas and UGA. You got 7-2 Texas, 8-1 UGA in Athens. Georgia swept them last year. Boss, what you got?
Man, this game is a must win for Texas. Obviously, Georgia is Jason Voorhees and just will not die. This is, I mean, there's a couple of good games this week. This one's right there at the top. I think obviously I'm gonna pick Georgia to win this game and knock Texas down a peg, but only because they won't die. I mean, that's the only reason. I mean, it is in Georgia, right?
Yes, it's in Athens.
There's reason number two. But I mean, I do it. I think this game's going to come down to last possession. Where will Georgia be at halftime? Usually they're losing or tied, or they're not. They haven't pulled. They all year long they have not pulled away to the second half. I expect that again. Don't be surprised if Texas comes out and puts one on them in the first half. But I do think Georgia will do what Georgia has done all year long, and they will come back in the second half. And I do think last possession they win the game. Can Stockton do it? Can he do it? That's my thoughts on that game.
Well, we'll certainly find out in a minute. I'll give you two reasons myself. Brant, what you got?
So, thought long and hard about this game. Obviously, I agree with Scott. It's, back against the wall for Texas. They lose this game, their season's pretty much done. They'll go to a bowl game, they'll play Purdue or something, win, and get their trophy. My thing for Georgia, and only reason I'm picking Georgia is because I agree you can't kill them. I just when I think about Texas, I told y'all this 2 weeks ago when I was on. I just don't think they're a top 10 team in the country, and they're sitting at number 10 right now. And I don't understand why. I feel like we spent the whole first 6 weeks confused on how they had fallen so deep into the hole, and they won. They had one good win. They beat Vanderbilt. I give it to them. Vanderbilt's a dang good team, but that boosts them to 10. I just don't understand that. And I get it, they got an NFL caliber roster. I mean, trust me, I am not in my bed at night praying to play Texas. And I'm not doing it. But I think Georgia's too good, and it just bothers me because I like Arch Manning. I think he's a great player. I think he had a lot of pressure on him at the beginning of the season. And for somebody who has had to deal with it, I think he's done a good job. He's just got to stay the course. And, I mean, I'm right up there with everybody else who thinks Texas next year is going to be a difficult team to beat. But I got Georgia. I got Kirby. You can't kill them. They'll find some way to score in the last 5 seconds and win the game, or it's just they'll figure out something. And until I see somebody besides us that can just walk in and beat somebody in Athens, I got to pick Georgia.
That's a great point. I'm going to give you two reasons why Texas is going to win this game. Okay. One, they found their offense. Two, Georgia's going to get in such a hole in the first half, they're not going to be able to recover with that offense. So I'm going to go hook them for the upset in Athens.
Okay.
And that game will be 6:30 on ABC Saturday evening. On to game number 2. Number 9 Notre Dame at number 22 Pitt. Brant, what you got?
I mean, this is it for Notre Dame. This is their conference championship. They beat Pitt. They're in the playoff. I mean, they play what? They have 3-7 Stanford and 3-7 Syracuse, I think, left after this. I mean, this is it. They win this game in the playoff, and to be honest with you, I don't see how they lose. Jeremiah Love's a freak. He's always been a freak. He will continue to be a freak. CJ Carr has really, really been consistent. Notre Dame's starting to show out, man. And I don't mind it at all. I love touchdown Jesus. It's just that time of the year, man, where Notre Dame starts making that run. Hopefully, hopefully Pitt can give them a game. You know, Pitt's not a pushover. I just don't see how you stop. I just don't see how you stop Notre Dame. And you know, it's crazy because when you watch them, you feel like they're just straight one dimensional. They're going to run the football. It almost has that feel of like an old Alabama team. Like they're going to run the rock, and you know they're going to run the rock. But they set C.J. Carr up so well, so he can just dump off these 22, these 10-yard passes, and it just sets up the whole rest of the team. So I got to go Notre Dame, man. I just don't see how Pitt can hang with them. If Pitt gives them a game, you know, that'll be a good one for all of us, but I just don't see how it happens.
Boss, what you got?
I think Carr controls the game. I think I look, as much as here's my thing. Okay, I'll be honest. All right, here's my take. Like, here's my thing. Okay, I can't stand Notre Dame. I can't. Uh, Brant, Notre Dame's like my Ohio State. Okay, they get a lot of love and for no reason. But they're playing really well. Carr's playing really well. Carr's a good game manager and takes games over when he needs to. Pitt kind of has something on Notre Dame. I don't know what it is, but like if you go back and look, like historically, Pitt gives Notre Dame fits. So I'm kind of pulling for Pitt, but I also know we're at that time of year, like Brant said, where Notre Dame starts pulling away and they don't have much in front of them to mess with. I mean, they blow through everybody. They make the playoffs and they lose in the first round. So I think that's where we are in that circle. Okay. Um, and I think I don't know. I'm not gonna pick Pitt to win because I don't think they're going to. But I don't mean I'm not pulling for them. I mean, damn, if Pitt wins, I'm gonna be the most excited guy on the show next week. So go Panthers.
Yeah, and as much as I think we'd all love to see Notre Dame have their third loss of the year, the more I think about it, I just don't see Notre Dame losing that game. I think they go in and win by 10 plus points, and that kind of Pitt Cinderella into the playoff just kind of putters off into the ReliaQuest Bowl or whatever. All right, boys. All right, next game, Florida at Ole Miss. Scott, what you got?
Boy, it's the Lane Kiffin Bowl here, ain't it, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, this is going to be, and I say that to say that's why this game is interesting to me. I mean, going in, look at the numbers. Ole Miss is going to go in there and spank them, and they will. But I'm looking at this like Lane Kiffin has been one of the top names listed to the Florida job. So, and every other one, but the Florida job has been highly rumored that he could possibly be very interested in that. So to me, going in, this is the Lane Kiffin Bowl right here, man. But I don't think Florida's got a shot at all. I thought when they fired their coach and they came out looked really good the next week. It was a false sense of hope for Florida. But Ole Miss is just, Ole Miss is probably the best team in the SEC. I mean, right there with A&M and Alabama and Georgia. I mean, those are the four top dogs in this conference, and they're one of them. And I mean, they're winning out. I don't see Ole Miss losing again, and this will be another beat down for Florida, and another win for Lane. But again, I'm watching this game, and I'm going to be staring Lane Kiffin down because is he thinking about it? I mean. But that's all I got on that game. Ole Miss wins big.
If he's not thinking about it, he's hiding it pretty good. And what would be funny? Florida comes in, beats them, and takes Kiffin with them back to Gainesville.
Right.
Which I know that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So don't roast me in the comments, mob. Right. I know that's not going to happen. I think that would be funny. Brant, what you got?
So I kind of have three different thoughts about this game. Number one, I just think Florida sucks. Not player wise, not roster wise. I think their coach just riddled them with holes. I think that I think they kind of know it too. I mean, they have 3 wins on the season. I think they kind of know it's over too. But this has kind of been my problem with teams like Florida. It's not like Florida is not historically or even recently a bad team. Florida's good. And I think is a very big destination for a good coach who can really handle the SEC. It's a great spot. Granted, I feel like I feel like Florida doesn't know that. Like I feel like Florida doesn't know they're Florida, and I just like that kind of bothers me because I mean I've always admired Florida. I've always admired the coaches that have been hired at Florida. Heck, you fired your best one in the last 10 years in Jim McElwain for losing because and he had the most wins out of all of them. Sorry, stay on track. Oh, you're not beating Ole Miss. And I also fully believe that Lane Kiffin isn't leaving Ole Miss. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think the only place Lane Kiffin goes is Alabama, and I think he's just kind of gonna sit around and wait. And even if he does go somewhere else, let's just say he takes an LSU job or he takes a Florida job, he's coming to Alabama when the time is right. If Kalen doesn't do what he's supposed to do, Lane Kiffin is just sitting around waiting for that money bag to sit on. He is. And he knows it. And I feel like all us fans, all us loyal Alabama fans who really sat around and watched the game forever know that that's our best option anyway. I mean, he does not have the resources at Ole Miss he would have at Alabama, and look what he's done at Ole Miss. I mean, it's been crazy. So once again, Florida's got no shot. I really hate saying no shot because they're an SEC team and anything can happen in the SEC on any given day. So I really hate saying that, but I just feel like it's hopeless. They're going to come in there. They're going to do everything they can because I think DJ Lagway got benched, didn't he? They have their backup in there now. So, I mean.
Yeah, he did get benched.
It's just hard to throw in a whole new system in almost a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and expect some gold to come out of it, which, I mean, it could. I mean, I'm not saying it can't, but I got Ole Miss by at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't. This is kind of one of those games where I'm thinking in my head, just, what scenario could Florida possibly keep it close and win? And I couldn't think of a scenario. So I got Ole Miss winning by, 14, 17, 20, name your score almost. But I will say this, the wild card for Florida is how good can that defense play for an extended amount of time, because their defense is going to be on that field for a long time. And it's just how many stops can they get at the beginning of the game to keep it close to maybe get some confidence early in that game. And if something like that happens and, Ole Miss doesn't come to play, I mean, this is the SEC. We see it time in and time out. A highly ranked team kind of sleepwalks through the first half, and then, third quarter, you're in a dogfight with a team you shouldn't be with. So, but I still see Ole Miss just, if it's close at halftime, they'll just pull away in the second half. I can't see honest scenario where Ole Miss loses this game.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you. And hey, my father used to say, if you mess around and you let a lesser team than you hang in, they'll beat you every time.
Yeah, and I think that's the only way Florida could win this game is just Ole Miss just doesn't come to play and they look up second half and it's a dogfight. All right, game number 4, Iowa. Number 21 Iowa at number 17 USC. Boss, what you got?
I don't know who's going to win this game. I don't think I've seen USC play a game all year. Are they still there? No, but I'll listen. I'm taking Iowa. I'm not a big fan of USC or the coach. Iowa's gritty. Are they great? No. Playoff? No. But I feel like they're better than USC. I don't think they'll get in the playoffs, but it's USC, and USC, in my opinion, is a dumpster fire. Right? USC's a dumpster fire, so I don't think they have a chance to win this game. Iowa's better. Period. So
I guess we'll go to Brant now. What you got?
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't be any more opposite.
Good. You're going to be the odd man out, Brant.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how. Like USC is not that bad. They're 7-2. I mean, they got a really good quarterback. I mean, and it's not like Iowa's going out here and throwing up 100 points a game. Okay, I mean they just found an offense.
Yeah.
And they're not playing in Iowa. They're playing in the Coliseum. I don't see how y'all have Iowa winning this game. They found some sort of offensive identity. They have a really good defense per usual. It's Iowa. That's tight end university over there. I don't know, man. It's USC's really starting to grow. They're getting better. I mean, because the last couple of years for Lincoln Riley's first couple, they really weren't that good. I got USC winning this game, and I was thinking 10 points, almost 2 touchdowns. I really, really like the scheme that Lincoln Riley throws in at USC, and it's an air raid. You're gonna throw the football, and I think his quarterback has really started to get accustomed to that. I just don't think Iowa has the firepower to hang in with USC.
This is for our Iowa fan. When I picked them the other week to win, I am not biased. I like Iowa. So this is for you. Iowa lost to Oregon 18-15, 3-point loss. Iowa lost to Iowa State 16-13, 3-point loss. Iowa lost to Indiana, supposedly one of the great teams in this college football season. Lost to them by 5, 20-15. Iowa goes into the Coliseum, and Iowa takes down the Trojans. I'm not doing a score. Iowa's going to win.
I wouldn't either because all those were losses.
I know. But my point is, if we all know anything about sports, teams are due for good luck. Iowa is due for good luck. They normally beat one great team a year, or good team. I wouldn't say USC's great. They usually upset one good team a year. Saturday is the day. Mark my words. If I'm wrong, let me have it.
I can't wait to recap this show next week. I mean, this is going to be great.
I may not come on next week. So you might as well get me in the comments.
Right.
All right. Game number 5. South Carolina at ATM. I know this on paper looks like a blowout.
Snooze fest.
Maybe. I like Sellers as a quarterback. I think he can, and I know Texas A&M has a great defense, but I also think Sellers is mobile enough to give him a little bit of issues on the defensive side. Boss, what you got?
Yeah, I like Sellers too, but he's not beating A&M. I mean, A&M.
I didn't say he was.
I didn't say he was. A&M is again. I said this earlier. I will say it again. A&M is the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? Like they are. You're not beating A&M, man. I don't know if A&M will lose another game. I don't. They're definitely going to end up in the SEC championship game. Texas is their only real thing left. We'll see how that goes. And now that's going to really depend on the Georgia Texas game as well. So, I mean, A&M's got a cupcake, and I don't think South Carolina's got a chance in hell of doing much against them. I really don't, man. I mean, they're the most balanced. They are arguably the most balanced team in the SEC. They are. They can run it on you. They can throw it all over you. I mean, their defense is solid as heck. I mean, what are you going to do? South Carolina didn't have a snowball chance in hell of winning this game. It's not even going to be close.
Designed runs, Scott. Designed runs for Sellers. He will get destroyed, but they'll pick up some first downs.
Okay, they'll get a field goal. I'll give them 3 points. I'm just kidding.
I'm trying. I'm trying here. All right, Brant, what you got?
So, granted, before I even start this, Texas A&M's not losing. Texas A&M ain't losing another game. And I hate saying that because, we were, for the last, 6-7 years, we were, Texas A&M is so good. Texas A&M is so good. And then they lose some stupid game or 2 or 3. And they start snowballing. They haven't done that this year. Texas A&M has truly, truly been a contender, and they know how to play the game of football. Mike Elko has taken that team to a completely different level. I don't see how they lose. I can say this. I'll be a little optimistic for South Carolina fans. If there's anybody in the SEC that can take a 3-win team, and are they in College Station?
Yeah, they're in College Station.
And walk into College Station and beat Texas A&M, that's Lenore Sellers. He's big old boy. He knows how to play the game of football. He gets them out of situations. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be him. I don't think Texas A&M loses to Texas. I definitely don't think they lose to Samford. I think this is, Lenore Sellers' last moment for this year, and he's going to try and do everything he can with it. But regardless, I think Texas A&M might blow him out of the water.
Yeah, and think about this too. They just fired Mike Shula, so who's the OC? And they're having to deal with that too.
Somebody better.
Just another monkey wrench to throw in.
That could be addition by subtraction.
Exactly. They could get a high school coach.
Yes. because we all know about Mike Shula in this room, don't we, boys? I will make a guarantee. South Carolina will win the first quarter, and then A&M will cream
I
on
was
the
about
rest
to
of the
say,
way.
I didn't know if you were going to put a period at the end of that, or
Right.
we were going to.
No,
Okay.
comma. So my official pick for that one, I think A&M wins that going away, and it may be kind of like that LSU game where it's kind of close in the first half. Texas A&M may be winning 17-10 at half, and then they just 21 points in the third quarter, and you're like, what the heck happened here? With a turnover or two. So I mean, Texas A&M ain't gonna lose this game. So we will move on to game number 6, Oklahoma at Alabama. Brant, what you got?
Let's let Scott go first.
Boss, what you
All
got?
right. Let's talk about Oklahoma for a minute, especially defensively, because I do believe that these are the 2 best defenses in the SEC. And you can go look at stats all day, but like I said earlier, this is off camera. These guys have more tackles for losses than anybody in the country. 22 more tackle for losses than the third place team. Okay, and it's double digits with the second. That is ridiculous. Oklahoma's defense is the best defense in the SEC. They are. And they run the ball very well on offense. Mateer, I don't think he's been right since he came back from injury. But as good as they're running the ball, Bama struggles sometimes stopping the run. This is my concern. If they get off to a start running the ball on us, now we'll make adjustments. Bama has done that all year long defensively. You may be able to run on us early, but we'll put a stop to it down the road. I do believe we can do that. I think the most intriguing matchup is the other side. Their offense and our defense. It's going to be interesting because of the running game. And I think that here's the thing. Every single game Oklahoma plays from here on out is a playoff game. They're already mentally in the playoffs. They can't lose again. They lose one more game, they're done. So they're coming in and they're coming into Tuscaloosa with their backs against the wall, knowing they have to win. They can't leave Tuscaloosa with a loss. They know they can't. Then on the other side, Bama went up to Oklahoma last year and got beat.
Smoked.
And
That's
everybody
an understatement.
Everybody that's listening to this show, and you 2 guys included, knows that should not have happened. We know that. We were a better team than they were last year, but not that night. They won in Oklahoma. This game is in Tuscaloosa. That ultimately, and Coach DeBoer has not lost a game in Bryant-Denny since he's been with us. I don't think that starts this weekend. I don't think that stops this weekend. I think we get the win. I do think it's going to be a very low-scoring game. I'll probably have thrown some shares by third quarter. I'm sure I'm going to be a mess because there's going to be things that happen. If we show up offensively like we did last week, we're in trouble. We have to be able to move the ball. If we're struggling like we were against LSU last week, and I'm going to tell you right now, and I just said it, Oklahoma's defense is the number 1 defense in the SEC in a lot of statistical categories. And we looked how we did last week against LSU, which is a very good defense as well, but it's not Oklahoma's. They're better than Oklahoma. So I'm telling you right now, Bama better come to play, and they better have that playbook better be opened up offensively, or we're in trouble. Bama could very well walk away with a loss. I'm obviously not picking us to lose, but I do think this game comes almost like a last possession, almost like the Georgia-Texas game will. I think both of those games are going to be very close. Whoever's got the ball last is going to win. Don't be surprised if we see an overtime in this game.
Yeah, and Scott, you talked about Oklahoma being a playoff game. Let's go conversely. If Alabama wins this game, they're pretty much in the playoff.
Yeah, right.
Because they'll be the worst they could be is 10-2. They're going to beat Cupcake U next week. That's a
Right.
fact. So they'll be
Right.
10-1 going in the Iron Bowl. So this is a big game for them to get into
Right.
the playoff.
Right.
And one other thing, real quick, Alabama has never beaten Oklahoma in the regular season. Think about that. It's been 2 bowl games, orange, and I think both of them were in the orange. So
Right.
Brant, what you got?
So couple things or couple ways I could go with this. Number one, everybody, and I can understand why, a lot of Alabama fans last week were disappointed when we left Bryant-Denny with a 20-9 win over LSU, a broken LSU. We only won 20-9. I can understand that argument. I get it. But I told Scott I was happy. I was happy we won that game. Mainly because our defense proved that they can win us a game. And that's what I wanted. You know, the whole time it's been, as long we can't run the ball, Ty Simpson can carry us. But our defense won us the game. Now, obviously, I'm not going to pick us to lose. I would never do that. I love Troy Tabor, and I don't mind Oklahoma, but Oklahoma ain't beating Alabama. And
shout out Troy. Shout out to Troy.
I'll go ahead and throw this out there too. I think we blow them out of the water. It's just I just have that feeling. I feel like every year we see Alabama have that one game. You know what I mean? That one game where we play a really, really, really good team, and Alabama just comes out and just outperforms. And we haven't had that game yet this year, and I think this is it. I'm not going to say we beat them by 6 touchdowns, but I think my final score prediction I have was like 35, like 17 or something like that. I think we smoke them. And nearly because I think all Alabama's hearing is, oh, watch out. Now Alabama has, I think, the longest home game winning streak in the country. You know, they've never beaten Oklahoma in the regular season. John Mateer's back. He's healthy. Like, you got to be worried about him. First of all, I just want to point this out. I know he was out. Was 3 games? John Mateer was out? 3 or 4 games, however long it was. He's only got 8 touchdowns. He's got 8 touchdowns and 7 picks. I think last week he was like 19 for 29 with 160 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick. We don't have to make every person and every team we play a god. We don't have to do that. You know, he's a solid guy. He had a really good start to the year. He can't help he had hand surgery. I mean, it's not that I'm not trying to crap on the kid. It's just that we don't have to put everybody up here. You know, Oklahoma's a great team. They have a great idea of how to win football games. They have a great offense, a great defense. That's it. They're a really good team. They're not this upper echelon team that everybody's going to have to worry about day in and day out. They're just not. I mean, it's just, that's what kind of bothers me is that everybody's like, oh, you know, we should be worried about Oklahoma because they're this, and that. I'm not worried about anybody until they give me a reason to be worried about them. Okay, and I just don't see it. Now, their defense obviously could be a slip up. I agree with that. But I think we go in there and I think we wax them. I really believe that. And if we don't kill me. But
it's your fault if we don't.
Right? Yeah, you're getting hosed next week if we lose.
You know what? I can live with that. That's fine.
You can live with a loss.
I can live with me getting hosed. But
okay.
But
because I'm going to comment in the comment section.
Right. I believe in Alabama. I believe in Ty Simpson. I believe in Kalen DeBoer. And here, you also, let me throw this stat out there for you. Kalen DeBoer doesn't lose to the same person twice. I'm pretty sure after he plays his first conference opponents, like in his first year, the second year, I'm pretty sure he's like 13-1 against him the second time. So I think it's that time. I think it's that time for Alabama to excel. You know, everybody's talking about everybody else excelling. You know, it's November. You play your best ball in November. Shout out J.D. Pickell. I mean, you play your best ball in November. So this is if Alabama's going to take that step where they take off and become that team that we all know they can be when they play on the same page, it's going to be now. So I got Alabama. I think I said 35-17. I'll extend it. I'll say 35-24. But I think we come out there and we put on a show.
I will take a struggle win Saturday for a blowout in 2 weeks.
Facts.
I would rather us play better in Auburn than at home this Saturday because we all know what happens. That's for a different show. But I will take Oklahoma covering the spread, us winning, and us saving our best games for Cupcake U and Auburn. That's just me.
Give me the struggle win. Absolutely.
Yes, this week only.
I agree.
But one question I have on offense, and then we'll move on. Who's going to start at running back? Are we going to keep with Jam Miller? What do y'all think about that, boss?
I don't think you can.
Yeah. I like Hill, man. I mean, we have got a stable of running backs, but Hill's my favorite right now, man. I mean, he's catching out of the backfield. You can run him up the middle. He runs over folks. I mean, he is just, in my opinion, I mean, he should be RB1. Jam, yeah, he's been around longer. He knows the system, and he's still great in space, and he's got some feet, man. He can do it, but
He's just
I,
not that between the tackle guy that you
right,
would think he would
right,
be.
right, right. Where Daniel Hill, man, I mean, he's running right up the gut, and he's knocking anybody down. I mean, he's in the second level, and he's got three people wrapped around him. I mean, Hill's good, and
You
I'd
know what?
love to see more of him.
Yeah, you know what Hill reminds me of? You remember that video from several years ago when Tyrann Mathieu was at LSU? As a honey badger, don't care.
Right,
That's how I feel with Hill. He don't care. He
right,
just run that touchdown he did against
right.
LSU. He didn't care. He carried a guy into the end zone with him,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
something I feel Jam Miller should be doing.
I agree, 100%.
Brant, you got anything? Last thought on this?
I mean, it's got to be Daniel Hill. Daniel Hill's a freak. I think. I mean, is he a? I can't remember. Is he a sophomore or a redshirt freshman?
He's one of the two. I don't.
I think he's a
Either
sophomore.
or. I mean, to be, I think about this all the time. To be that young and be that much of like an I don't care, just a freak athlete. I mean, it's insane to really think about. And I think he's a great RB1. I think he'd be I can't even imagine you give him a couple more years, give him time to eat and lift more and everything like that. I mean, he's already a freak. I can't imagine how he'll be in a couple of years. But I feel like you got to go with him. I love Jam Miller. Have zero
Yeah.
disrespect to give to Jam Miller.
Right.
But I think if you're Jam Miller, you got to be put in the shoes of you need to earn your spot back, because it's not like we're not even running for 120 yards a game, I don't think. So it's like you're going to have to earn that spot back if you want it. I mean, and that's what I kind of miss about the Derrick Henrys and the Najee Harrises and the Josh Jacobs. You want to talk about not caring? Those guys didn't care because they didn't play good, they didn't eat. So I mean, they all their only decision was to run over people, go around and make sure they scored touchdowns. I mean, that's all they had, and that's the one thing. And I won't even get to NIL, but I think that's just one other thing that NIL's kind of cost it.
All right. Well, I'm feeling like there's a final thought that's going to go on here, and I think it's going to be the boss man. You got a final thought for us, sir?
Yeah, I'd like to speak to the Auburn fans. Yeah. Need you guys to tune in to pay attention to this one, because let me say, I got a lot of feedback from the show that Chad and Bo did on Tuesday, and they were talking about what's the better job, Penn State or Auburn. Listen, and of course they were talking about how Penn State was the better job, and I feel like Auburn fans kind of got in their feelings. Not surprised. Okay, so here's the thing, all right, and I love the fact that they tack on that we're Bama fans. Okay. Here's the thing. Not everything we say is out of hate. I understand little brother syndrome. Got it. I know how that works. Okay. Not every time we talk about Auburn, it's not hate, man. We're not doing that. Nothing they said that night was meant to be Auburn hate, right? They were stating facts. Okay. The reason Penn State is a better job than Auburn is because you can go there, win, play cupcakes all year long with the eventual Ohio State, Michigan, and Indiana. So you've got a much easier schedule, because outside of those teams, maybe Oregon, you're not really playing anybody every week. It's like when we were discussing this particular show and what games we were going to talk about, that came up, and I told the guys, I'm like, listen, those big dogs in the Big Ten all have dog walks this weekend. Again, it's not surprising. It's like that every week. They don't have big games in the Big Ten. I'm sorry, and y'all can comment down below and cry about it or whatever, but it's true. The SEC means more. And that's why Auburn's not the better of the two jobs, because when you go to Auburn to coach, just like any other SEC game or SEC team, just like any other team in this conference, you have to win now. And this is the hardest conference to win in, because you're playing the best every single week. You have to come in and win. And dude, that's tough. Who wants to do that? You have got to be somebody who knows what they're doing. You've got to be ahead of the game every single day of your life in the SEC, because you will be fired. You will be let go. Ask all the coaches that stepped out the door this year before we were halfway through the season. That's the SEC. We don't tolerate crap here. If you're going to come here and coach, you better have it together, and you better win now. Penn State, you can go and just beat a bunch of cupcakes all year long and keep your job and stay happy and enjoy the snow. Down here, not a thing. You
Please
win
tell
or
me.
you're
I get a
out.
thought on this.
Go for it, Brad.
Yeah. What you got, Brant?
Let me say something. I would like to disagree with y'all entirely. Okay. I firmly believe that Auburn is a better job than Penn State. Now hold on before I see everybody freak out. All right. I don't mean
Freaking
better.
out.
I don't mean better as in you have better resources. I mean better as in if you win at Auburn, you are perceived better than you are if you win at Penn State. And the reason I say that is because all the reasons you just said. You can go to Penn State, you can play your 3 tough games out of the 12-game schedule, and then play your 9 cupcakes. Auburn doesn't get any cupcakes. So if Auburn comes in, especially on the year that they got to play both away, they got to play in Tuscaloosa and in Athens, or they got to play in Jordan-Hare for both those games. Just those 2 games alone pretty much amount to everything you get at Penn State. That's why I believe Auburn is the better job. And now it's weird how you portray it. I mean, if you want to say which job could you win more at, yeah, I'll take Penn State all day. But as resource comes wise and player pool wise, I feel like you automatically think Auburn would be the better job. Now, I'll say this: most of the people who go to Auburn, and this is complete assumption, I don't know because I didn't go because they hate Alabama. Okay, I feel like that's a lot where they get their pull from. As if, hey, Alabama's really, really big. It's really, it's really technologically, advanced more than everywhere else. Like, you're not going to get the Com 101 human you would get here. And I think that's what drives a lot of people to go to Auburn. Because I used to lay in bed, stare at the ceiling, and go, why in the hell were these people going to Auburn? Okay, like, why is Cam Coleman at Auburn? Because Cam Coleman is a freak of nature. I'm like, why is he at Auburn? What drove him to go to Auburn? And especially because I know him and Ryan Williams are good friends, so I don't know what really drove him there. And it used to just keep me up, but I think it's the ability that everybody thinks like maybe I'm the one that can turn this program around, and that's why I think Auburn never dies, is because Auburn is going to get those people constantly. And I'm never going to hate on Auburn. I can't hate on them because they always somehow find a way, and it makes me so mad. I mean, when the football bounces off the concrete, a cheerleader's pom-pom, and lands in the end zone, at some point it's got to stop being luck, and it's got to be some kind of voodoo skill. Okay, so it's just, I believe Auburn is the better job. I believe Auburn is a top-tier job. Now, it's not top 5 or top 10, but it's up there. And especially, I got to tie it back in. Here it is. I'm bringing out the Alabama. I mean, it's because Alabama. Because you play Alabama close, and you play them every single year. It's the Iron Bowl. It's a big-time rivalry. That's why I believe that Auburn gets a lot of the pull they do as well, is because every year you're getting to play the big dog. I mean, you're getting to play big man on campus. So I think the opportunities at Auburn are more beneficial if you win than they would be at Penn State. I mean, look at James Franklin, Scott. He won every year. I mean, except this past year. I mean, he was winning. He just couldn't beat Ohio State or Michigan, or the other year or whatever. It was just, so they didn't like their 10-2. They said, they did the same thing LSU did to Les Miles, because Les Miles couldn't beat Alabama. They said, you can't beat Alabama. We don't want you here. Got rid of them. It's just Alabama. As much as nobody wants to admit it, as much as people don't like Alabama because we're the winningest program of all time and everything like that, Alabama controls college football. The world runs around Alabama in college football. And
we just lost half our viewers.
You see that every week. I mean, every week when they drop those TV ratings, dude, when you see those TV ratings drop every week and Alabama's at the top every time, I mean, look, you can hate on it or however much you want, but you got to face the facts sometimes.
All right, Mob, let us know in the comments what you think. Let us know how much of a hater we are. How much of a hater that Scott is, the boss, the Bolick. We're all haters. But Iowa guy, I got your back. So I'm not an Iowa hater. Picked them 2 weeks in a row. Leave it in the comments. I'm not an Iowa hater. All right, boys. I guess we're done here for the 4th and 31 podcast. Ooh, the cream of the crop. I'm the Chad Bolick, signing off for the boss and Brant. We will see y'all next time.